Hello, art friends. Hello, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there. Welcome back.
Welcome back, guys. And so we wanted to thank Barbara and Rachel, our newest patrons.
Indeed. Thank you so much, Barbara and Rachel.
Yes, we couldn't do it without you guys. And thank you so much for your support in these times. So, this might be an article that's just kind of obvious. From Zero Hedge, it says the world's most dangerous combination, China and Russia. Perhaps it's debatable as well. I've seen so many different comments from so many different people that are waking up to the system, and that is, that's awesome. At the same time, it does feel like the sand is running out of the hourglass, if you know what I mean.
I'm feeling it. Yep.
Yeah, I think we're all kind of feeling it. But as far as a danger and a threat to American national security, the power is shifting. It's so blatantly obvious for all of us that are not sleepwalking zombies here during the apocalypse that it couldn't be any more obvious. And, I've seen people making comments too that there are probably no more, let's just say, not liked countries in the world than Israel right now and the USA. And what it seems very, very obvious to me, and I think again, our regular family here, you all completely understand how purposeful that is. This is everything we see going on. It might seem like how could this happen? Why is this happening? I can't believe this is happening. And then you have those that are awake that say, of course it's happening. Yeah, what did you expect? This is exactly what they're going to do. I mean, we could see the writing on the wall, as really what you have it's just simply a shift in power structure. And this has happened before. And remember, those that win the wars write the history until they lose the next war, and then it gets rewritten again.
And just watch. There's going to be so many new discoveries after the power shifts too. All these new histories put into place that we never knew about.
And new technologies will come out, et cetera, et cetera. So, this is just talking about that, how China and Russia are working together. And it also is pointing out how, in some ways, they're both the other's biggest threat to security. And in reality, again, Russia has recently, in recent years, given some territory to China. But it's not, again, Xi and Vlad that are making the decisions. They are, again, they're puppets being puppeteered from the darkness, so to speak. And while many people understand the way the power structure works in an obvious way, with certain families, and as we've said, corporations are more powerful than countries when you get down to it. And then we might point out certain organizations like that very, very rich organization in the middle of Italy, if you know the one I mean, begins with a V. You always see all sorts of photos from there, and Christmas and Easter, etc., etc. Yeah, we get that. But what's coming is overwhelmingly boiling over emotions of a negative sort, directed at the U.S. and directed at Israel and the rest of the NATO countries too. As we see another migrant caravan. I mean, this hasn't slowed down at all. No, actually, it seems like it's sped up. And this one group, there's one group coming right now. I did see a female in there. One is 15,000 people in this one caravan. 15,000 people in this one caravan. The size of the army that's crossed over into the United States' home turf is just gigantic. It's enormous. And I know more and more people are waking up to this and starting to get a little bit nervous.
I know. I don't know what's written on that cross he's carrying, though.
Busito Cristo. Busito. I don't remember that right off the top of my head. We could look it up, though. Meanwhile, what's happening is everybody that's gone through hell because of NATO and the U.S. They're looking for a time when karma hits. And even though it's not the average civilians that do these things, it's the civilians that will bear the brunt. As again, what's happened to Gaza, it's just a travesty. It's a tragedy beyond belief, really, for anybody with a heart and a soul. And unfortunately, the control system doesn't have either.
No, they're very black.
Yeah, and that's what people are waking up to is just how dark is this. And yes, it might seem like it's Netanyahu and Biden, but the reality is, again, they're just puppets on strings. When we see Janet Osabard, she's the creator of the Fall of the Cabal series that shed massive light on certain negative things that happen in this world. Well, she's allegedly committed suicide after being reported missing for a few weeks. There's an awful lot of people that have kind of met the same fate related to that family that used to be in the White House. Last name begins with C. And when you look at it, too, their wealth, I was seeing a stat, their wealth went from something like $2 or $3 million before they were president to like $240 million after being president. Yeah, the corruption is just, it's extreme, and it's on both sides of the aisle when we're really looking at it. Can't make this stuff up. Britain's talking about forcing farmers to feed cows methane blockers to reduce cow farts. Guess who just recently invested millions in companies making methane blockers? None other than Gil Bates. There goes Gil Bates again. Yeah, boy, that guy, he really, he's on top of it. The fake meat industry, which is flopping. And beta blockers, block that methane. Yeah. It's just so obvious. And yet, he's given $319 million to the mainstream media. Yeah, when you have enough money, you could just buy your way into anything. This is why the system doesn't work for the average person. It's set up not to. It's still peasants and ladies and lords. It's still slavery. When they could take your property at any time from you for any reason, they could just declare any sort of emergency. They could say it's a methane emergency. Sorry, we got to get you off your property. You're producing too much gas. Too much gas. Your cows are giving off too much gas, so you can't eat. You will starve. They've done this time and time again. If you look close, this is what we see all throughout history. This is really nothing new. It's just that everything has ramped up to an all-new degree. As you see, a lot of people are catching on, though. First they spray this, turn these on, oh yeah, okay, causing this, yep, and then nanu, and voila, climate change.
There you go. It's all right there.
Yeah, and this is why the timing is such that they have no alternative but to start that WW3. And, again, they want to divert attention, and there's nothing that's going to get somebody's attention more than all of a sudden bombs and bullets coming all around us. Yeah, then we will stop everything and just try to survive. And that's exactly why you see everything going on right now as far as the war situation.
Indeed.
So, I mean, it really couldn't be any more simple, and we don't have to really go any deeper than that. And I know more and more people are waking up to this fact, but, again, we got to keep working on the zombified nation out there. And again, this apocalypse, as it's unfolding, we could still change timelines. They want you to think this is God's will. You cannot change it. The reality is, they use that term for their benefit, and it's not the reality. There are alternate timelines. We can always shift events and create new timelines. Nothing is set in stone.
Hang with Mother Nature, you'll be okay.
Source bless and namaste.
Namaste.